It is no secret Charleston is rooted in rich history, a history of many firsts. But did you know the Holy City is also home to the first black law firm in the South during Reconstruction?
News 2's Octavia Mitchell reports the evidence is clear. The achievements of these legal pioneers during a time of legal oppression for African Americans is a testament to their unbreakable resolve to break ground for justice and civil rights.
That's Robert Brown Elliott. He was part of the first black law firm in Charleston, in the United States, as a matter of fact.
Charleston, the oldest city in South Carolina, is also home to the first black law firm in the South during the Reconstruction era. According to the African American Registry, Macon B. Allen opened the first black law practice in Boston, Massachusetts in 1845 with Robert Morris. 23 years later, he traveled south.
3 years after the end of slavery in the Confederacy, he came down to 91 Broad Street and formed a law office with two other really great African American heroes, Robert Brown Elliott and William J. Whipper. And the firm lasted until the fall of Reconstruction in 1877.
Damon Fordham is an adjunct professor of history at the Citadel. He's also an author and local historian. He says the law firm Whipper, Elliott, and Allen formed in 1868.
The law firm ended with Robert Brown Elliott leaving for New Orleans after the fall of Reconstruction. Robert Brown Elliott died in 1884 at the age of 42. Macon B. Allen died here of Alzheimer's disease in 1894. And William J. Whipper died in 1907 in Washington, D.C.
And there were balconies off the back, apparently.
This is where it all happened, 91 Broad Street in downtown Charleston.
And there was also a couple of buildings separate from this building that was like a kitchen.
Stephanie Rhodes and her husband own the historic building.
This building was built in 1793 or 94, and I believe it was one of the first buildings in this entire block. It's very historic, and that's one of the reasons we fell in love with the building.
The news of the unknown historical significance comes as a pleasant surprise.
I think it's awesome. I wish I had known that before. I just think it's so unique and special to the history of our country. I'm very happy about that. Another chapter of which we are a part now, too.
A chapter that is one of many for three men who worked to change the world, their efforts forever engraved in history.
In 1895, when Senator Benjamin Ryan Tillman established the segregation laws of South Carolina, William J. Whipper, the great Robert Smalls, and several other great black leaders testified at the State House against that. Robert Brown in particular, he testified in 1871 before Congress against the brutality of the Ku Klux Klan in South Carolina. And that led President Ulysses S. Grant to sign the Enforcement Act that made domestic terrorism a felony. Macon B. Allen, he practiced law here primarily until later on he was actually appointed a judge during Reconstruction in 1873, a pretty prominent position.
Fordham says their legacy has set the bar for generations to come.
If these men could achieve such great heights with the oppression that they faced in those days, imagine what the young people of today can achieve with far less oppression in this day and age.
Octavia Mitchell, Count on 2.